Hey everyone, this will be the part 2 of showcasing the review process in DecentDebates. In the previous part we've seen a quick demo, and in this video I would like to present the interesting bits, which is the code, the actual implementation. Let's get into it. Or before actually going into it, I would like to mention that when it comes to reviewing an argument or a debate, there is a separate route for each of them. So in this case, in this video, we are going to focus on reviewing an argument, but the same ideas will be applied when reviewing a debate as well. Okay, let's see the front-end part. At this point, at this line, we're just establishing a WebSocket connection. We are specifying the endpoint on the server, and we are also specifying the ticket ID as a query param. And we will see why that is very important in a while when we'll inspect the backend part. And then we are adding some handlers for certain events. Then we are also essentially by specifying these handlers, we let the server communicate with us. So the server will send certain events and will actually send some data based on these events. For example, when the comment has been created, the server will send a message with this name, and it will provide some data, and in that data, in this case, it will be the inserted comment, and all we have to do on the front-end side is to update the UI, and basically that's it. Now let's see the even more interesting part, and that is the server part. So as I've said in the previous videos, I guess, I'm using Nest.js, and it provides some very useful decorators for handling different scenarios like server-sent events, and in this case WebSockets. So by using this decorator, we can specify essentially a new server, a new WebSocket server that will be created. Here are just some options, some additional arguments when creating the WebSocket server right here. Here is a very interesting part. Basically, I'm keeping track of the socket and the user that they correspond to. So the string will be the socket ID, because the socket will also be provided with an ID internally, but we have access to it. So this map will have the socket IDs, and the values will be the users that correspond to that socket. And we will see why that is important right now, actually. So here's just some logic for handling the connection, and what it does is to get the user from the socket. We could take a look, or let's actually take a look, but it doesn't have many interesting bits here, because we're just essentially parsing the socket to get the user. So we have to parse the cookie by ourselves, and in the end we will get the user. So essentially we can get the cookie from the socket, and then after parsing the cookie, we can get the session ID, and then we check Redis if it has that session ID, and if it does, we have the user. If not, then means that something went wrong. And then we perform add user to room. So basically, whenever a user, either a regular user or a moderator, will enter the review process, essentially under the hood a room is created, and part of the room will be the user that has proposed the argument in this case, and the moderator that is responsible for reviewing that ticket. The reason for that, for creating this room, is that I wanted to make sure that there is some isolation when these two parties, the user and the moderator, communicate. Alright, let's see an example. So this method will be called whenever the client sends a message that has, let's say, the title comment argument create, which indicates that a comment has been added in an argument. Yeah, so let's see the logic of this method, which is similar to the other methods, but yeah, we'll only focus on this. So in each of these methods, as you can see, that we are given the socket, and from this socket we can get the socket ID, which is very easily available, and from that socket ID we will get the user. So that's why we needed to use this map here, because we want to know, okay, so at this point, if this method has been invoked, we know that via a socket a client has sent the information that a new comment will be added, but we need to know more than that. So we have a socket ID, but we also need to get access to the user so that we know who has added that comment, and we also have to know the ticket in which that user, or for which that user has added the comment. And basically this is the reason as to why we have used this user sockets map, which by the way, maybe in the future I will have to refactor it to use Redis, but that's a topic for a different video, I guess. All right, and still from this socket we can get the ticket ID. The way we do that is by using the query, and basically we know that we can get it from there because we have specified it when we have created the WebSocket connection. Okay, so let's get back to this method. So at this point we have the user, we have the ticket ID, we have the content of the comment. Now all we have to do is actually three things. First, we have to insert the comment into the database, and we will see how it looks in a moment. Then we have to send a message from the server to the client so that the client can update its comment list accordingly. So basically, if I as a moderator add a comment, then the user will have to receive this message and you have to update its comment list accordingly. And then lastly, we want to create a notification for the other participant when a comment has been added, and basically this is what we're doing. Let's quickly take a look at this class, and we can see that it implements the notification event interface, which has two methods, and these methods will be used to create the content of a notification. And basically, depending on the type of the event, the content of the notification will be different. So basically that's why having an interface was needed, and as you can see, this interface is implemented in different ways in multiple places. Okay, let's get back to one last part that I want to show you, and then once again we returned so one last thing is that we return the data because it might be needed for the so if I as a moderator add a comment, then this part will notify the other participant, but I will also have to be notified if the comment has been successfully inserted. So in that case, by returning this object, I will also get access to so I will also be notified that the insertion of the comment has been successful. Alright, let's see how the comment is added to an argument in this case. So you can see some interesting stuff. We are using common table expressions. So let's see what it does. So we want to insert a comment into a generic ticket comment table. So it contains, so this table will contain all of the comments from all of the tickets. And as you can see, it has a ticket ID, a content, the commenter ID. So who has commented, who has added that comment. All right, now, and this insertion will take place based on some conditions. So first of all, we have to make sure that there is a ticket created for that argument. So it cannot be an so we cannot add a comment to a ticket that doesn't even exist. So this is what this first check will do. Now the second check, it will essentially make sure that in this ticket, whoever has added the comment is either the user who has proposed the argument, and that is specified by created by, or the moderator that has been assigned this ticket. So in essence, if a user wants to add a comment to a ticket, that user has either have to be the user who has proposed the argument, or the moderator who has been assigned to review this ticket. And after the insertion is done, we want to return the new record so that we can use it. And then after we have inserted the comment, then we want to select essentially what's been inserted plus some other information, meaning for example, in this case it will be let me see the commenter ID. Yeah, so basically what we're doing here is that we insert the comment, and then we want to get the new data in a nice format so that we can show it in the UI accordingly. And basically this is the main logic. We can also see that at this point, basically by using the concept of that room that will once again add some isolation, we want to make sure that the commenter, or rather the one that adds the comment and the one that should receive the comment, are connected via ticket. So this, I guess, ensures that if I as a moderator add a ticket, then I make sure that if I as a moderator add a comment to a ticket, then I want to make sure that that comment will be added to that ticket, and basically I cannot add a comment to a different ticket that I'm not part of. Okay, so I hope that makes sense. If it doesn't, then I don't know what to do. All right, so basically this will be it for this video. We've seen that we have used WebSockets to communicate via comments, and also via WebSockets edits are visible in real time for the moderator, but again that part isn't as interesting as what we've seen until now. At least I hope that. Okay, so I guess this will be it for this video, and I will see you in the next one. Thank you.